success, not a lot of people can handle success. Right? At the same time, if I get a job, my heart be there? No, because my heart is in acting. So I'm gonna be resentful of my job. I'll have my own choices. It's not other people who are choosing things for me. So I'll choose it for myself. You either do something or you just don't do it, but like you can at least change. I think it's your duty if you at that time where God has given you so much, and if you have more than that, then it's like that money needs to be given to charity.
What looks good on the outside may not look good on the inside. The death of celebrities has sparked new discussions about mental health and spirituality. Instead of bringing them happiness and freedom at the top of their game, it just leads them to identity crisis and uncertainty on their self-worth. But for sure, it is not precisely the same with all actors. Some use acting career for their self-development too. I got a chance to interview one of my handsome fitness buddies, the one and only Muhammed Junaid, who is now an actor living in Canada. He shared what a challenging road his career has taken and what he has learned from the struggle. How actors get an opportunity to get into self-awareness, live the life of their dreams. Junaid is a brilliant person with the profoundly spiritual values. We got into all of the big questions about life.
Right.
So next guest is Junaid from Canada. So brother, you just have to help us with knowing you with a
Right.
bit of introduction from your side.
Right. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum. Thank you very much for
Walaikum salam.
inviting me, Kazi. It's a great privilege to be a part of your show. And as you know, my name is Muhammed Junaid. I am 29 years old and I live in Toronto, Canada. And I'm an actor, I'm an artist. And I'm very excited to be a part of this show and would love to share anything that I can about my life and my journey, and something about courage and something about pursuing your dreams and going after what is it you want, even if that means going against the trend.
Thank you so much. Since from the beginning that you were mostly into modeling, right? So now you are actor also.
Well,
So what do you enjoy the most, being an actor or being a model?
Well, I think modeling and acting has its own. There was a time in my life when I wanted to do modeling. I think it changes with age, and as soon as I got older, I realized that what is it? What's the next big thing? Where else can I go after modeling, right? And for me, I felt like acting was the next big thing, and acting has a lot of, I've been a fan of films ever since I was a kid. And being able to just be a part of that universe is just amazing. I'm sure every one of you have watched films in your life and you have been entertained by them. So if you can be a part of them and make a living from them, would you not be excited about it? Like just seeing yourself in King Kong or, like Avengers or something like that, where you're doing something which your favorite superhero is doing. And if you can do that, and if you have the opportunity to do it, would you not take a chance? And that itself drove me into it. And being in Toronto was a gift, because Toronto is one of the only cities in North, in Canada. Toronto and Vancouver are the hub for television, and a lot of the movies from the States are being actually filmed here. So Los Angeles, New York, Toronto, and Vancouver. These are the four big cities where they shoot a lot of films. So a lot of the big films that you actually see in cinemas are actually being shot in Toronto and Vancouver. You may think, oh, everything shoots in LA, but they shoot here. So we as locals or whatever, we get opportunities at different auditions for different shows, and there's like smaller parts for bigger shows. And you can easily get a part if you audition for it. And if you're auditioning for bigger parts, then also I've had auditions for like many major films been released, and I kind of know guys who have actually booked stuff from Toronto, and they're like they're on top of their game. And you can see them in films.
What caused you to move to Canada? Because we know
Uh,
you in Bahrain mostly in the beginning itself.
right.
So what caused you to move to Toronto?
Challenges. I wanted my life to be exciting and adventurous.
Yeah.
I'd grown up in Bahrain for about 17
Mm,
years. I was there.
yeah.
Everything was very safe, very layered. There was no
Mm, mm, mm,
knew that if I wanted to do something with my life, I had to get away from the city and move to a bigger city where there's more opportunity and where I'll be challenged creatively, and I can,
mm, mm.
like, I can find people who are as crazy as I am. So Bahrain was just a very safe place, and I could have had a
Yeah.
small, like a job and have kids and like had a simple life. But then I choose a life with the hurdles and with more challenges, right? Because
Yeah.
I used to read a lot of books, and there was one quote that I remember from one person. It's like this person says that his grandmother was about to die, and she was in her on her deathbed.
Mm-hmm.
And my
Mm-hmm.
life was very. I always took the safe road. There was like two roads in front of me, and one road was very safe and predictable, and very like it was very given. Like I had to marry, I had to have kids, I had to go to work, I had to do this and that. It was what everyone else was doing, right? And then there was another road which was very uncertain, which had no clear.
Mm-hmm.
There was like hurdles. There was like you could have like broken your leg or died or stuff like that. And
Mm-hmm.
I was in my deathbed. I thought to myself that I'm about to die right now. But then I took the easy way out, and now I'm gonna die. But then what if I at that time there was a regret in her eyes where, oh, I didn't take the the unpredictable route, right? I didn't do like what only a few handful of people do, right? I mean, think about it. Like, there's not many people who pursue acting. There's not many people who leave their 9 to 5 to live crazy lives. Like going from city to city, not having a stable job, being able to like risk everything and move to a different place, and all that stuff. And I've gone through that place, and I've struggled, and I've paid my dues. And I feel like it's just it gets easier over time. But then the first few years where you don't know anyone, you're in a different country, you don't have no source of income, living, whatever, it gets hard. And it's like it's very unpredictable times where you're like, oh, you're in between, like, you have to decide what is it you want the most. And for me, it's like I've always gone after what I've wanted the most, and
Yeah.
which is film. I think which is film and TV. I love it.
How was it like internally? What was going on internally? So how did you manage to convince yourself
Well, I had to.
that you
I'm
have to move
a
on?
very I'm a very curious person. I feel like for my life is like all about going after things and like chasing things and going after
Mm-hmm.
goals and
Mm-hmm.
ambitions. And
Mm-hmm.
I felt like when I was in Bahrain, I was working, and I was living a life which my parents had set for myself instead of me choosing that life for myself.
Mm-hmm.
That life was not what I wanted. That was what other people expected from of me, right? And which
Mm-hmm.
I did, and then I was successful in that. And then I'm like, okay, what's the next thing? Now the next thing is I'm going to a different place, and I'll be starting a new life. So I'll have my own choices. It's not other people who are choosing things for me. So I'll choose it for myself. And when I was there, I was like, okay, it's a great opportunity to be acting, because here they were opening roles for more like ethnic people of like people who are not white, people who are of like brown color, or like different like black people, like different races, whatever they have, like people of different ethnicities. So there were more opportunities for them at this time. So I was like, okay, there's an opportunity for me, and this is something that I love, and the city is right. Maybe I can make it. And I tried and I tried and I tried, and I'm still trying. But the thing is that it's very it's very rewarding, when you work on set, when you book a role, when you, even if no matter the role. Yeah, like yesterday I was on the show called Star Trek. I don't know if you've seen the movie
Mm-hmm.
Star Trek. They're making a TV show. It's called Discovery, and I was on it for 5 days. think about it, then be like, oh, like how's it working on that show? But I worked on it and I made a lot of money. So I'm like, great, if I was not in Toronto, I wouldn't
Yeah.
be able to do it, But now I'm doing it,
Wow.
and yeah, it's
Because
very
I think in Bahrain also there are schools and there are so many acting projects and all. But I think there is not much exposure as much you get it from the West. That exact role, or maybe your focus was on specific things.
Yeah, I always wanted to. For me, my goal was to go after the biggest thing that I can ever possibly find. Well, like, what's the
Mm,
biggest
mm, mm,
industry in the world? Okay, it's Hollywood, right? Who's the biggest actor in Hollywood? Tom Cruise or Brad Pitt,
mm,
right?
mm,
So for
mm,
me to
mm.
like go after something that's number two was never an issue. I was like, I always wanted to go after the biggest thing, and yeah, so I was like, okay, I love Hollywood films. I love these actors. What if I can do it too, And what if I can just be a part of those projects, or like even
Mm, mm.
to go after it, And life is like my life is so exciting that I don't know what's in store for me next year or what's in store for me after 2 years. What if I book a role that's gonna be
Mm,
the
mm.
next big film, like big, what if I book Aladdin, or what if I book Marvel's next film, So it can happen.
Yes, why not? Why not? Because we have seen many. They had dreams and they have achieved it.
Right,
So,
right.
and you are one of them also. Like you had any desire or anything which you were very much sure about, you went for it. And
Right.
I
Thank you.
think you started with the fitness and then you went with the modeling. And I think you are on perfect journey maybe, any which you wanted. You are clear about it because most
Yeah,
of them are not clear also,
I'm excited about.
right?
I'm excited
Yeah,
about the future. I live in Toronto right now, but I was in Vancouver for about a few months. But I think I'm
yeah.
probably gonna go back to Vancouver now. It's another, you can work in both cities. Both have work.
What was personal challenges you had, or did you face during the journey?
Well, honestly, a lot of rejection. I never booked an acting
Really,
call like 1.5 years.
really. Okay.
I was going after audition after audition. I'm like, why are they not booking me? Why are they not booking me? Will I ever even book a
Mm,
role?
mm,
And after like
mm,
1.5 years, I started booking, and I'm like, okay, now I'm at a stage where I feel like, because they're like, oh, like you have an accent, you have this, you have that, they'll come up with
mm,
different things. Your accent is not right. You're
mm,
not natural.
mm,
You're this and that. And there's so many
mm.
people fighting for the thing. People who are born here are against you, and then you're, whatever. And then it's a lot of
Yeah, yeah.
there's a lot of competition, and because it's everyone wants to be an actor, in the city, and
Mm, 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 mm.
yeah, but a few people put in the work, right? But then,
Yeah,
so yeah, those were the challenges. I had to take a lot of classes. I had to learn about the craft. I had to put in hours. I had to learn how to memorize scripts, how to get into the character's head, how to understand what I'm playing. If I'm playing a physician, okay, what does the physician do? What is the show like? How do they act in that show? What's the acting like? What am I thinking about it? So, and then it's about the character's journey, what you're trying to play,
yeah,
and become that person, and how you take yourself into it. So the challenges would be, like learning how to act, learning how to keep it natural, paying my bills
mm,
at the same time. Not
mm, mm.
like, remember, I have not had a full 9 to 5 job ever since I've been here. I don't have a full time job. Like, I don't. It's like I can work anytime I want, and I work on TV shows whenever they call me. But the thing is that I don't have a 9 to 5 job, so I can literally stay home as much as I want. I have no like boss, no nothing, And this
Yeah,
life is
yeah.
very like, a lot of
Mm,
people can do it, They're like, we need a 9 to 5, we need to pay our bills, we have rents, we have this and that. But I'm like,
mm.
hey, I want to work, I'll work. If I don't want to work,
You're fully into it. Yeah.
yeah, fully into it. Like, I don't like. Luckily, I've been good with my money, but the thing is that like with acting, you can't have a 9 to 5 job. It's like nearly impossible, because you have an audition, they want you to be on set, they're gonna book you. So how are you gonna say no to your boss? And like, there's so many hurdles, right? I
Yeah,
mean, I
yeah.
worked for about 6 months, and then eventually I
Mm,
quit, and I had to
mm.
figure out a way to like keep my auditions going, and keep, like, I had to make sure that acting was the point of focus more than anything else.
How about your parents and your relatives or beloved ones? Did they accept this?
My parents eventually, my mom and all that, at first they would have been more angrier at it if I did not pursue, if I didn't get like a master's degree or if I didn't work and stuff like that. They were just
Mm-hmm.
for the fact that I left to like a country, I left for, I mean, honestly, it's a great country. It's very prosperous. There's a lot of
Mm-hmm.
for them it's like for that their son went to a different country that's like advanced and stuff like that was itself was a big win, and he did it
Mm-hmm.
on his own, and he got his finished his qualifications and stuff like that, and he's chasing
Yeah,
whatever
yeah,
he's doing. At the same time, he's making money, and he's successful, he's happy. Like, what else can parents ask for? Like, I think
yeah, yeah.
I'm not into any bad things. I'm not doing drugs. I don't smoke. I don't do any bad stuff.
Yeah.
I talk to my mom and dad and mom at least daily, and then
Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah. The only thing is I haven't visited them for like about 2 3 years, but I was trying to get my citizenship before I go. Um, to,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I think they're definitely happy about it because I listen to them, I talk to them, and yeah, they my mom and dad, they support my acting journey. They get excited about it. Yeah,
What
so
else do you need? Yeah. Biggest challenge is always to overcome that personal.
yeah,
Did
right.
you plan all this stuff?
I kind of well, it was I
You were
thought
prepared
it was
for
gonna
that.
be easy, but then it
Mm.
wasn't what I thought it was gonna be. But then it's like I did plan it, but then things happen very randomly at different portions of my life.
Yeah.
And it's like I never thought that I was gonna be like self-sufficient on my own. Like I think for me it was more like I thought I was gonna be, and as soon as I go to Toronto, I was gonna be like a big star. That's what I thought, but that was not true, right? But then on the other hand, I thought,
Yeah.
like, I'm doing very well financially. My bank account looks great. So
Alhamdulillah.
yeah,
Yeah.
the thing is, like, I didn't thought I was gonna like be great, and I don't have to like, because remember when I was in Bahrain, I had to work to pay my bills. Now I'm at a stage where I don't have to work to pay my bills because I
Yes.
live a life where I can work on set 2 days a week or 3 days a week. That's what I try to do.
Mm.
The rest of the days
Mm-hmm.
I do like probably, like I said, I am into other ventures. Like I'm into investing. I'm into like
Yeah.
trading, into different things that I enjoy and love, right? And I act too, so I don't have to like have like I'm 29 and I don't really need a full time job. Like I'm okay because I do well, And I think
Is it something which is like, yani, you say that having job is kind of riskier than the one which is on the other side, which is like pursuing real passion.
right. So for me, it's like if I have a job, then what happens is I have to go to my job, but I can't go for an audition. An audition could be
Yeah, yeah,
a job song, right? So that's why.
yes.
And if I book the role, then I have to be on set. So it doesn't make sense to have a
Mm-hmm.
job.
You cannot pursue
Yeah, and
both
then
together. Yeah.
also at the same time, if I get a job, will my heart be there? No, because my heart is in acting. So I'm gonna be resentful of my job. I'm gonna be hating my
Mm,
work because it's not something I want to do. I want to act, and I'm not getting roles. So what's gonna happen is that's gonna drive this inner feeling inside of me, which is gonna hate my. I'm gonna start hating myself, right? But then that's why I'm like, I remember I only do things that I like. I never do anything that I
yeah,
don't. If I don't like
yeah,
something, I don't do
yeah.
it. So for me to be able to get myself into investing or stocks, I do it because I like it. I'm into acting because I like it. If I stop
Mm-hmm.
liking acting, I'm gonna stop it. That's pretty much
It doesn't seem like you're working also when you are doing this.
what
It's
is it.
like
Sorry?
you're enjoying.
Yeah, yeah, I do. I do. Like last year, I remember when I got into stocks, there came a time where I was like at a stage where I'm like, I don't like acting anymore, When COVID started, I'm
Mm,
like, I don't like acting anymore. And what I did was I got into stocks, I made tons of money. And then now I'm like, okay, I feel like I like acting again, So I'm getting into acting, but at the same time, I've learned this new skill and I'm keeping with that skill. So I'm only doing
yeah,
two
yeah,
things, but both of the things I like and I love. So, but I can't
yes,
fit modeling into it because modeling is like, if I try to fit that into it, it's going to be too many things. So I'm like
yeah.
acting and stocks, and let's only do those two things and let's make money and let's be happy. Let's go for the
Mm,
best, in both
yeah,
both worlds.
qualities.
Right.
So, uh, when I'm sure now you're getting the opportunities. Do you feel like you are not ready, or you feel like you're ready for anything which is coming now?
Right now, I feel like I'm ready. I've spent a lot of years on this. I've been doing this since 2016, acting,
Hmm.
and I've been at least modeling since 2010. So that's
Yeah,
years of my life.
yeah,
If you do something for at least 3 years, it feels like you get good at it. you know?
yeah. You feel confident and you're
Yeah,
accepting it.
yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah. Oh, totally. I mean, yeah, totally. If I that's the reason why I'm probably going to move back to Vancouver because I feel like there's more opportunities over there. Right? It's just a matter of
Mhm.
time. There's so many Netflix shows that are being shot right now, and you get on a one of the shows as a lead or something. Your life is probably going to change.
So, what's your take on these issues when it comes to like committing suicides, the actors especially, which is in the film industry? I don't
Right,
know about the Hollywood much, but
right.
if you come this on the east side, whether it's Bollywood or smaller film industries, or I don't know whether what is small and big, but these film industries, everyone come with a big dream, and they either end up with the mental issues, or because of the failures or no support or something. What is your take on these?
Well, I think honestly, success drives a lot of people kind of crazy, and
Mm-hmm.
to reach that level, you gotta be a little bit crazy. You gotta have some things
Yeah.
not normally people don't really have. And when
Mm-hmm.
you reach that level of success, you kind of go, it's like a lot of people can't handle it because they have never had it. Right? Imagine being going on a road and a million people or whatever, everyone is recognizing your face. They talk to you.
Mm-hmm.
Good. You have so much pressure on you. When you have so much pressure on you, you try to be your best, try to look your best. You do plastic surgeries. You do like spend hundreds of thousands of dollars in your makeup and shit like that, or like all these things with different, at least for girls. So you have that pressure on you. You have that pressure on you
Yeah.
that society puts on you, right? So a normal person
Mm-hmm.
just by having that pressure. So it's like not everyone can handle it, right? It's like one of my acting teachers used to say that TV is power, and if Meryl Streep or like Shah Rukh Khan's daughter gets sick, everyone notices. But if any normal person's daughter gets sick, no one notices, because she's a normal person. So that's why
Yeah.
it's like Shah Rukh Khan's daughter or Shah Rukh Khan's son when he's growing up, he can be mentally challenged too because everyone is like, oh, he's Shah Rukh Khan's son, he's Shah Rukh Khan's son, right? And he's gonna
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and so that's why it's like a lot success. Not a lot of people can handle success the right way.
Wow.
And if it's either like they get emotional, they don't get a part, someone breaks their heart, fans started giving the bad reviews, so they start using drugs. There's like so much bad stuff that goes behind the curtain, and that's the thing that a lot of people they can. It's like power, money, fame. These are like these are things where when a person gets it, the person has power, right? When a person has
Yeah.
power. One of the great, Abraham Lincoln said, if you want to test a man's character, give him power. Because if you give a man power, you're gonna find out what he truly is capable of, right? It's like when you're the president of the country or the king, you have power, right? And if you're a
Yeah.
good person, you're gonna do good things. But if you're a bad person, you're gonna take advantage of it and use it against people. And that's how you know that okay, this person has power and he does bad things, right? Like whatever. Like Guru said, and you see the director, he has power. But if he's a bad director, he can do bad things. Like for example, Harvey Weinstein. I'm not sure if you have heard the stories, like how he used to use actresses and like try to like rape them and stuff like that.
Oh.
He's using all these things, and just because he has power and he was the producer, right? No one said anything about it before, but now they're talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of things that goes in Bollywood, Hollywood, in the film industry. It's which is wrong, and and yeah, yeah, there's bad stuff everywhere, right?
Yeah.
Especially for sure. Yeah,
This is because it's noticeable. That's why people are talking about it. Otherwise, everywhere there is positive and negative for sure.
but this
So,
problem is because you're famous. When you're famous, you're like
mm, mm,
it's like a lot of people want to be actors because they want to be famous, or
yes,
because they want to be like, okay, I want to go in a club or I want to walk in the street and everyone notices my name or everyone notices who I am. right? A lot of people want it because of that reason, and those are the wrong reasons to want it, because that's not why you should pursue something, right? It's if I want to be an
Mm.
actor just because I can uh, look good, or I can do this and that, like that. I think that's the wrong reason. You should do it
Mhm.
because you enjoy it and you love it and you want to tell a story and you get fascinated by a part of that experience. But you shouldn't want it because you want to make a lot of money, or you want to make other people feel bad, or if you want to, like, there's a lot of people want it for the wrong reasons, and I know a lot of people want it for the wrong reasons, and I just want it because I feel like it makes me happy. I just want it because if I feel like
Mm.
I'll be very happy if I do it and I finish it. And when the end product comes out, I just get happy that I was able to share something with the world. And maybe I put a smile on some kid's face if I become a superhero. I'll be happy that maybe he has
Yeah,
to
of
get up
course.
when he comes home and he's sad and he sees my film, and his night is better after that, and then he feels like a superhero and he goes and beats the bully or something. I mean, hey,
Yes.
I'll be a happy man.
Yes.
We're all gonna die, so might as well do something which we love, right?
Yeah, you're teaching something through the video platform or the new visual platform, because reading book will take time. It's like you're reading a whole book in 3 hours or 1 hour or 2 hour,
Yeah,
which is something great. Yani, if a director is showing and portraying the whole thing, it's something amazing, which is very fascinating for me. And one of the things I always had when any thinking about when I was very young, people are very much crazy about the stars. I think still today also they stand in line. They are like outside of their house, or if they, god forbid, like all the good actors should be living longer, but when these people, when they're like no more, the day they found that he's dead, people are going for suicide. And also people come on roads and protest, go against the government and fight. I was like, what is there that people are so much crazy about stars?
yeah, I know. I think you're more likely referring to the Bollywood industry, right?
Yes,
Right,
yes.
because and that's the thing in India, stars are treated like, probably, like, they used to say that they're treated like gods, and they're like, because like this and that,
Yeah.
and it's just a different industry there. It's very and it's I don't know, like, I don't think it's the right thing to do, like standing in lines just to see a person. It's just another guy in a film. Like, yeah, it's very different. I don't know, it's weird.
Oh, how about your main reason behind it? That-
Acting,
Yes, I
I
think
just
you
want
got
to
it
be
right.
yeah, I just want to be able to. At first I thought I would gonna do, like, I'm gonna be the first person of my ethnicity to be able to act, but then now it's more like I can the main reason for me probably is going to be the fact that being able to to be a part of, like, a film franchise that I've always dreamed about and that people can watch.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, like, to play Iron Man, to play like Spider-Man, wouldn't that be cool? That would be exciting. Like, just
Yes.
like when the film comes out, you watch it, and when your parents are happy, like, even if when you pass away or whatever, you still have a legacy. Oh, that guy was Spider-Man 3, like the first Pakistani Spider-Man, or like, Indian
Okay.
Spider-Man, like, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, it's exciting. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I just find it very, like, adventurous. Life is very, like, yeah, it's like you either do something or you just don't do it. But like, you can at least chase it, and if I'm able to do it, I'm gonna um I'm gonna be very, very happy by the time I'm old.
Yeah. 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 Something
But
which
I hope my
you don't
intention,
want to regret.
I don't use it towards any bad thing. Like, I just want to do, like, good films, entertaining film, nothing evil. Like, very safe, like that things that make people happy, that put smile on people's face.
What's that one thing you are most proud of and most people don't know about?
Most people don't know about. It's a tough question. I would say chasing my dreams, but everyone knows that I'm chasing my dreams, you know? Like a lot of
Yeah,
people
yeah.
understand it why I'm doing what I'm doing, right? Because they
Mm.
their view of life would be very different from mine. But
Yeah.
then being able to go after what I want is one of the biggest advantages or the gifts I think that I have. And I think
Mm.
the
Mm.
great thing about acting or like this field is that it offers me everything that I wanted, right? To be able to act, you need to stay fit, you need to take care of yourself, go to the gym and stuff like that. So it
Mm. Mm.
matches all my life's goals. Like I will have to go to the gym, I have to stay fit. Okay, I have to do that because I'm acting. I have to, it's for work, right? And then I have
Mm.
to
Mm.
improve my voice. I have to improve the way I speak. I have to improve the way I carry myself so that I don't get myself in any bad things, whatever, right? So all
Mm.
these things go straight in line with my acting career because I have to stay fit. I have to be disciplined. I have to like take classes. I have to learn accents. I have to improve my voice. I have to, you know, eat healthy foods. And it just matches. There's no other career that's going to offer me these things, you know.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's
You,
very,
you're living the life, different life.
yeah. You know, like a lot of people. I think a lot of people would dream about it, you know, or
Yeah,
I mean, if like a lot of people would think I'm crazy, but that's fine, you know, because it's the crazy people that do crazy things.
true, true.
Yeah.
So, um see, when you are acting, it's like most of them are not authentic, or it's just playing a role.
Mhm.
Even it becomes part of life.
Right.
So, how authenticity will affect someone's
Um,
authenticity is something
right. So when
connected to the identity of the self.
right when you're acting, the point, especially in most films, right, Hollywood,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Acting should be. They try to keep it very real and grounded.
Mm.
They want to make it real. You know, they have to, as if you're talking right now. They want to keep it like that, and it's crazy because if you look at Bollywood, it's more like acting. They're acting. They're not. It's a lot of the characters are hyped up, but in Hollywood they
Mm.
try to bring it down. They try to like keep it real. Um,
Mm-hmm.
for you to do that, you have to like take classes. You have to learn how to be calm, how to be like you know very like grounded. Say your life
Mm-hmm.
in a very natural way, and it's practice. It's watching watching sorry watching films. It's you know, doing a lot of voice training, acting training, going through,
Mm-hmm.
learning the character, what the person is, what's his
Mm.
age range, what is he playing? Is he what's his, you know, is he an officer? Is he a clerk? Is he a store owner? What's his age range? How does he speak? Try to like watch
Interesting.
that matches that person, you know. And if you're playing a doctor, you better watch TV shows where you see doctors play it and you get an idea of how to play it. You know, you can go to a clinic and watch an actual doctor, see his things, and talk to him for a bit, get an idea of how a doctor acts and dresses and stuff like that, and try to mimic.
Mm.
Right, so it's all about like learning, becoming that person. You know, keeping it real. You know, because as soon as the audience finds out it's acting, it's not. It becomes boring. You know, so you have to become that person, right? Keep it real.
What's your take on self-awareness
And acting,
in general in life?
well, yes,
How do you achieve? Because normally it's very hard. Because mostly when we are talking to anybody, it's like you have to discover yourself. You have to be self-aware. The awareness should be stronger, and then you need to have a patience. So I think self-awareness is so important that not everyone knows how to. I know really get that done. Do you think acting will help, acting industry or acting roles, or this industry itself is providing that kind of awareness to anybody, like training?
right. I think it does provide a lot of help. towards self-awareness. Like you can understand, like with acting, you can know your strength and weaknesses. Like, okay, what is it that I like to do? What is that I play? What do I bring to the table when I'm playing a role? And when it comes to like researching about roles, whatever it is you try to play, after doing it a few
Mm-hmm.
times, you get an idea, a better sense of, okay, what am I good at? And what am I like? What do I look like on camera? What do I bring into the table? And you learn things about
Mm-hmm.
yourself. What am I strong at? For example, I'm great at like being a villain. I'm great at being a good guy or a bad guy, or like a like what are my strengths and weaknesses, and you find things about yourself. It's very self-awareness. Like, okay, what am I like? Is my voice strong or weak? Is my
Mm-hmm.
serious or calm, or is it like, you know so yeah, you learn about yourself, when you audition, when you watch your
Yeah.
when you do a self tape or audition, you watch that tape again and again, and you learn about yourself. Okay, probably I'll gain
Yeah.
few, over the Christmas, who knows, or
Yes.
Eid or something. So it's yeah, it's very fulfilling,
Yes. Since you said fulfilling, what does it mean to have a fulfilling life?
What does it mean?
Yeah.
It means internal satisfaction. It means being able to go to bed and sleep with ease. It means being excited. The day you do not have a goal in life, the day life becomes boring. It's like
Yeah.
I retire. I tell like it's like my parents. They're retired. They talk about me getting married and having kids so that they can have a life. They can have a reason where they're
Yeah.
them and they're helping them get to school, whatever. So it's like life needs a reason. If you have no reason in life, you have no goals in life, it's very boring, right? So a lot of depressed people would tell you that from experience, that they only get depressed because they lose their motivation, and they find that they're at a loophole where their goals or ambitions, they either give up on them, or somehow something happened in their life where they lost a closed one, or something was going very well, and they miss it. Because when you go through good times and then you have bad times, you realize my life was so good, but now it's bad. And then you're like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
then you feel the difference and you get depressed. And fulfilling life is all about going after what you want, doing what you love. Tony Robbins, right? The way he says
Yeah.
it, that
Exactly.
like 80% of the people or something hate their job. Like, and why do something you hate?
Yes.
Why
True.
settle for? So yeah, so I feel like fulfilling life is all about, like, I would have not have a fulfilling life if I was in like finance or like working in Bahrain, for
Mm-hmm.
myself at least. Yeah, I would have. That's the reason why I left Bahrain, because I wanted an exciting life. I wanted everything was boring for me. It was unpredictable. Everything was so much um like same roads, same people, same job. Like I knew
Mm-hmm.
what my future was going to be like. I remember one day I was sitting in my office, and I looked at my other colleague who was a little bit senior than me, and he was like a senior manager, and he was a little bit older. And I thought to myself that, okay, if I stay here for another 10 years, I'm probably going to be like him, sitting like that and going through computer and stuff like that. And at that day, I decided I'm going to leave Bahrain because I didn't want it to be like him. I wanted to be
Okay.
something else. I wanted to be what I wanted, what I imagined myself being, And from that day onwards, it took me about 1 year to get to Canada. And I used to run, and I used to just watch the planes go in the sky, and I would dream about it. Oh, one day I'll be in a plane going to Toronto.
The people who are suffering and oppressed, places where things are not going well. What is your vision for such people? What is your take on such things?
In terms of film and television, if I'm able to make movies where I can show what's going on in different countries, where the world can see it, and then they can take some action, that would be great. For example, just being able to show that, okay, people, like, in different countries where there's a lot of like racism, there's a lot of hate,
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of like people are being treated bad because of their religion, because of their color, because of their different things. Just being able to show that on television and the world sees it and people notice and take action against it would be a great thing, just to have human rights. Go after like I think film provides you that opportunity that if I make it big, I'll have the power to be able to make those films which showcase that, where the world notices it and they take action against it, right? And that's number one. And then second thing is if you become with film you can do that, right? Even if you have money, like for example someone like Bill Gates, how he's helping poor countries and stuff like that. So if you have a lot of money, you can do the same thing where you have the power to provide, if a country doesn't have clean water, if there's people are dying, whatever, you can. I think it's your duty if you at that time where God has given you so much, and He has only given you so that you can, like, you can't live. You don't need more than $1 million, $10 million to be able to live a good, happy, free, full life. If you have more than that, then it's like that money needs to be given to charity, because you're not going to take it to your death. And if you give it to your children, they're going to end up becoming not really, because the thing is money drives a lot of people into bad things. And that's a reason why like people like Warren Buffett, they're not giving their money to their children. They're actually donating it to charity and stuff like that. And that's what you need to do, right? You need, and also when you have that much money, you can do things which you want to, like, which the things people you want to help, right? Because you feel like this is right, this is wrong, and then you can help the people you feel like deserve that help. And yeah, so I think that's one of the things. With film, you can make films, you can showcase things that are wrong, that needs to be changed, and with money you can do those other things. And yeah.
What advice would you give to the aspiring actors or the models?
The advice I would give is like go to the city where the work is and put in the work hard, go after it. Don't have a plan B, just put in the work, chase your dreams, improve yourself, and it's an exciting journey. And remember why you're doing it. You're not doing it because someone is telling you to do it. You're only doing it because you love it, and then you're going to be successful at it. It takes time, just like any field, but then some people get it fast than others. And as long as you don't lose hope, you don't give up, you should be able to achieve it.
What is your biggest regret in life?
Ooh la la. Maybe not. Maybe not. It's not a regret, but it's like, well, it's not really a regret. I wouldn't say. Well, maybe not. My first. There was a girl that I used to like. I never really ended up, going in a relationship with him. Maybe. Not really a regret, but at least like trying it. I didn't try it, so maybe that's one. Yeah.
So, what was your biggest challenge?
Challenge. Oh, biggest challenge. I would say that booking acting roles. Booking acting roles. I think. Yeah. Booking acting roles. Yeah.
So, how do you think you're gonna die? It's like when we talk about death, people are scared.
Right.
What do you have in your mind?
I think there's
when
one.
it comes to death?
It's probably gonna come one day, but the thing is that I don't really think about it that much. But then the thing is that it's like it's gonna come after many. It can come anytime, but the thing is that it's eventually gonna come, and then you're gonna have to answer for your things that you've done in your life, good or bad. If you've done bad things, the angel is gonna, So that's why you have to be careful, and you have to. It's like you don't do bad to others, because it's gonna happen back to you, and then it's gonna come in whatever. And when you do good, good comes back to you in different shapes and forms. So we're all gonna die. So that's why I'm doing what I love, and I'm going after it because I know I'm getting older. I've only got a few years, or not a few years, but time is the most valuable thing that we can have, right? Because it's only everything else is exponentially grown, but time is not. Can't be added, right? You only have a certain amount of time, and then you have to make sure that you don't waste it. I do multitasking. That's the reason.
So love in one word. What's your reply for
Love.
love?
The real love is the love for God, for Allah. And the second love is the love for your mom.
Great.
Right. Then your parents, your dad, and then your friends and family member and humanity.
How about politics?
Politics. I'm not really a politics person, but I mean I prefer people who are genuinely honest and they want to try to help. I think the Prime Minister of Canada is a very nice person. He's a nice guy. He's very like
Mm-hmm. Yes.
celebrates Eid, he celebrates Ramadan, he goes like different cultures. He's a very nice guy. He was
Mm-hmm.
opposed to the ex-president of US, Donald Trump, which like not really, you know. So yeah, I think that's. But I'm not really a politics guy. Yeah.
How about Imran Khan? Yani? You know,
Imran
like
Khan,
he's inspiration for
I thought he was a very
all of
nice.
us. Yani.
I thought he was a nice. Like one thing I liked about him is that he was a go-getter and he went. You know, he won the World Cup and then he wanted to be a president. He became a president. So it's like he was like Arnold, you know, like trying to go after the big things, whatever. But I don't know about much about him personally, his personal life and stuff like that. What is he doing as a president? Because I don't really follow news that much. But I mean, you know, but I hope he's a nice guy. I mean, you probably should know more than him, more than me.
Bahrain.
Bahrain is a great country. It's a beautiful country. It has. I had a great time. I love it. It just wasn't the right country for me, but I'm probably gonna visit, and I'll see you when I visit, and then
Sure.
yeah, I'm probably gonna visit soon. I'm just waiting for my Canadian citizenship, you know, so that I don't have to get
Yeah.
a visa to get in.
Yeah. Yeah. And Canada.
Canada is a land of which is very cold, you know.
Okay.
So, but it's beautiful. There's good things about it. There's nice people here, you know. I like the people. I have so many like it's like they're very welcoming, you know. They don't like if you come here, you're like you don't feel like people are gonna welcome you. You know, you'll find people from India, Pakistan, all these things who have been here for many years, and they'll be nice to you. You know, they'll be acceptable to you and stuff like that, right? Like and then the people who are like probably like from different like white people or black people whatever they won't as long they won't think of you like oh like because they are used to seeing people like you like our culture all the time so they're like okay cool you know they won't be like estranged or something like that right and yeah you'll feel good if you come here you live here for example you'll feel it's a good country yeah.
Maybe you can tell which one book do you want everyone to read other than religious books.
Think and Grow Rich.
But why?
It's all about the mind. Because that
Okay.
book it tells you about like unlimited potential, how your mind is the main most thing. If you decide in your mind, it starts here, and then you take action, and then you go after what you want. It's like if Thomas A. Edison wanted to invent the light bulb or something like that, it started in his mind, he took action, and then he failed 5,000 times, and 5,000 first time he succeeded, right? There was another
Yeah.
guy who wanted to do business with him. He didn't look right and left. He had nothing stop him. He just got in the bus train and went to his house and knocked his door and he's like, I want to do business with you, you know? So it's that burning desire. It's that going after what you want without having anything stop you is what taught me at a very young age.
Yes. No doubt that you are already doing it and you are really suggesting the best book. The whole thing covers for today's session.
Right.
With that, thank you so much, bro. It was amazing interview, but like I said, this conversation is very personal. I really love talking to you, and you're so open, and you shared many things. Of course, one of the things which many people don't know is you are most reliable and charitable person also, which which most of us we don't want to reveal it to the whole world, but as far as I know, you are charitable person, and I believe that whatever you are in journey, whichever goals you have, once you achieve, you are going to be a source of good for many around the world, and that is what will make me more happier than what you are already doing. Thank you so much, brother.